Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is a show where you talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host, Mick, and I'm joined by
Wil Dobratz.
And Landon Browning.
Welcome back to the show, guys. It's January 27th, 2020.
We have survived.
We are back and better than ever.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Much better than ever. I mean, I feel way better than 2019, Mick.
Oh, yeah. So is there a reason why you feel so much better?
It's a brand new year, man. Got to start fresh and start better, right?
As one of our members always says, new year, new me.
Let the past die.
Kill it
if you have to.
Kill it if you have to.
Now we're back.
Yeah, back from hiatus of
sabbatical.
Gosh, how many years?
Leave of absence. Well,
it's been like 4 weeks.
Considering all the pre-recorded things that we've done.
We've only
3 years.
I think we only really missed probably 2 weeks then, I think. Of
it seems like a lot longer.
But it definitely seemed more. I think maybe it was more. Maybe
I think
it was more
it
about a
is.
month. I think it was like 2 weeks where we didn't have anything, and then 2 episodes, and then I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, some drama behind the scenes.
We won't get into it here.
Yeah, we won't get into it, but we had someone that didn't want to continue doing the show, and took a lot of convincing.
What's his name rhyme with?
Wave. But we talked him into it, so we're back. Yeah, we're just happy to be here. So
Yeah.
we'll keep the drama aside.
I hope we remember how to do the podcast.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
I mean, I guess we're rocking and rolling so far.
Did you remember the date?
I
He did. He already said it.
Oh,
Did you remember
wow.
that?
That's one of my my New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Never forget the date.
Well, you're 1 for 1.
Yep, I'm doing good. I'm doing good so far.
Let's just stop here.
Yeah.
Not record another podcast.
And we're doing
ever
one podcast this year. So I did
Mission
it.
accomplished.
Yeah, until we can get the Patreon up, we're our budget only allows for 1 episode a year.
Right. So we have a lot to catch up on.
Oh yeah,
Probably a big one is Star Wars Episode 9.
great movie.
Oh, boy.
The Rise of
Don't you
Skywalker.
dare start.
I liked it. 7 out of
Yeah,
10.
what'd you guys think about it?
7 out of 10. Good movie.
I think we could definitely freely talk spoilers now. It's been forever since that movie's
so
come out.
J.J.
Spoiler
Abrams'
alert.
return to form. The Rise of Skywalker. Best of the new trilogy.
Whoa.
Is
Landon,
somewhat
just tell
able
us
to
what you really think.
That's what I'm dead serious. I think it was the only one in the new trilogy that was able to somewhat kind of salvage the train wreck that the other 2 movies were. Or not, the first one really wasn't a train wreck. Second one was a train wreck. Third one, somewhat decent. So,
I think you're wrong. So for Star Wars, I was very frustrated. I've seen it twice, and the first time I was disappointed with certain aspects of the film, and I liked certain aspects of the other. And when I seen it a second time, the parts that I liked were okay, I know that I like them, but the parts that I didn't like, I knew they were coming, and it was revealed that there was a lot more cringy plot elements than before.
You talk about it.
I mean, the return to the casino planet was a mistake.
Rose kissing Finn again was a bad idea. No.
Dude, they sidelined her. They're yeah.
I feel bad for
Goodbye.
that actress.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not her fault, but that character was just really
Poorly
terribly written.
Yeah.
And it was really obvious in this movie that the Rose character was just kind of brushed aside, ignored.
Yeah. Well, how many lines do you think she had?
We're gonna win the war. We're not gonna destroy the things we hate. We're gonna save the things we love.
Well, I think the Dominic Monaghan character even had more lines.
Oh,
and this was his first movie, and I don't even remember his name.
Dominic Monaghan?
Yeah, Mary.
Oh.
Charlie from Lost.
Dude.
Oh, okay.
Never forget.
Yeah, not Penny's boat.
Dude, that was tearjerker.
Dude, that scene gets me.
Oh yeah.
The Lost is one of my favorite shows, and Charlie is definitely one of my favorite.
You've seen
characters.
it 800 times.
At least,
Spoilers for Lost. It's a show that aired over a decade ago.
Man, we're really getting into spoiler territory now.
We have been gone from the podcast for a long time, since 2004.
Yeah.
Just watch that new finale. Oh boy, let's talk about that.
This used to be a Lost review show.
Yeah, so anyway, Star Wars. I I didn't really like it very much.
Y'all.
I thought it was better than The Last Jedi.
I mean, you
And
don't
that's
have
not
to
very hard to
do.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a very difficult movie to please everybody, and I guess they did the best at what they had with like coming off of The Last Jedi. I blame all this on Rian Johnson, and
I blame it on
that
Kathleen
movie.
Kennedy.
Oh,
Well,
I blame it on Kathleen Kennedy.
I mean, a lot of the blame has to go to her, but the fact that she did allow Rian Johnson to fully write and direct The Last Jedi, so that goes on her. But then he wrote and directed a pretty, in my opinion, terrible Star Wars movie, and then you have to build off of that. That's you're just continuing on the gene of terrible story.
It's so blatant how many things they're like, nope, we're gonna play the reverse Uno card on this Last Jedi plot point.
Well, a lot of it kind of gets retconned in like the first 10 minutes of the new Star Wars movie. It's like, okay, Snoke was just a puppet, and
Palpatine.
trying to
the
explain that
lightsabers
away.
Back together again magically, and
lightsabers back together, and Palpatine's
back
here, and
in
he's back in the opening crawl. Like, it's never really.
Someone, I think it might have even was like, what if somebody like walked in that movie without seeing the trailer, where it was like hinted that he's coming back, and you're just like, what the heck?
Like Palpatine's back.
It really comes out of nowhere. I mean, they try to make it work, like, oh, it was Palpatine the whole time, and he was, the puppet master. But it's
the effect
of the original trilogy.
It really
the
does.
original 6 movies.
Anakin is no longer the chosen one. That whole entire prophecy that's been building for 6 movies, right? So the beautiful thing about the prequels, like one of the only like truly amazing parts of the prequels, was
Jar Jar.
how it connected all to the original trilogy, right? Like you can see Anakin,
the overall story is great.
Oh, 100%.
Well, yeah, it gives more footing to the fact that Darth Vader is actually kind of the hero of those 3 or 6 movies.
Yeah.
And this trilogy, the new one, really just kind of, I mean, I'm not saying these movies ruin my childhood, because I think that's a stupid saying, but in the canon, the overall canon of Star Wars, it really kind of, like you guys said, it cheapens what Anakin was and what he did and his redemption. It was like, okay, that really was nothing. That didn't matter. Like,
and that even comes into play before they bring the Emperor back. The fact that a new trilogy exists in the first place, that like basically the Empire didn't really die, like that there's still like the First Order, like the war's never really ended, it didn't seem like. So it's like even that in general just kind of cheapens the effect.
Well, and the thing that it's dumb too, because in the end of episode 6, the Emperor dies, and he's not really dead, and in the end of this one he dies, but like
he's really dead?
It's like how like it just,
he's died before he can come back again. Like, it really is stupid. And the ending of that movie was the biggest disappointment I have ever seen.
I'm Skywalker.
Okay, multiple things. Palpatine's death was just like, he literally just got winded but harder.
Did you notice that was? Did you notice it was almost like beat for beat how the end of Endgame was?
Really?
Because Palpatine. So like Thanos is like he gets the stones, and he's like, winning at that point. He's like, I am inevitable, or blah blah or whatever, and he's like about to snap, doesn't work. Palpatine is like lightning Rey. He says like, I have all the Sith behind me, and then there's like a beat, and then Tony, he says, I'm Iron Man, and then he has the stones, and then Rey says, and I have all the Jedi, and then she, it's like the same. It felt so like, and like they're trying to just like feed off of the success that movie was.
Landon's looking at me with a weird look because I'm pulling my hair right now.
Literally got Mace Windu'd like harder.
And what about the plot point that they introduced? Oh, you can't kill me, because if you strike me down, I'll just like enter you some magically. Like, and this like Rey can't kill Emperor Palpatine, right? That's what was established, right?
The other thing I don't understand is Palpatine's like motives in the film changes like way too much. Like at first he's like, you need to go kill Rey, and then he's like, you need to bring Rey to me, and then he's like, Ray, you need to kill me, and then
Yeah,
he's
it's like,
like,
what?
no, I'm
Kill
gonna kill you now. It's like,
Yeah.
what? Like, I don't understand
Like,
his motive at all.
Like, yeah, how would he know that all these planned steps would fall into place? Like what if like Ben just went and like killed like Ray?
What if like they like ran off together because apparently they're in love with each other? Apparently, like they kissed.
That
like,
was weird. That was like I didn't
Like
have.
okay,
I kind of interpreted that they were just like she was so glad to see him, but like
dude, you don't kiss like Daisy Ridley on the lips if you're just glad to see her. Like, come on, like what?
yeah, I gotta take this call real quick. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay,
oh
cool.
gosh,
All right.
falling apart. But okay, so I talked about off the air how I really like how they did that with Rogue One at the end,
Mhm.
where it has Jin and Cassian.
Cassian Andor.
How they're about to die, but they don't. It's not a cheesy like we're kissing kind of thing.
Kinda-
Like
they just hold each other, right?
yeah, they
'Cause
just like
they know their inevitable doom is coming,
Yeah.
and they in their last
the
moments.
kiss. The kiss felt very out of place,
Yeah.
and
It was hot. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Of course, you come back and like speak heresy, like. But I think the worst part, like, I would have been for it if they gave it proper development. Like if they actually worked on some redeemable romance between the two, because you never saw any part of Kylo Ren that Rey was attracted to besides her just saying, "Oh, I wanted to take Ben's hand," or Kylo Ren attracted to Rey besides like the creepy.
what about
like,
that topless scene?
Like okay,
I felt like they more had like relationships. They like wanted to like change each other. Like they were like friend. Like they just wanted
like
like she wanted to save him from the dark side.
Oh,
There
yeah,
was
for
no,
sure.
Like, I
That's
wanna
what it
save him
was.
for me.
save them for me. But I guess I would have liked to see maybe some like more insight into what they were thinking about each other, because it's super ambiguous, and then to jump to that conclusion like they are like they like each other now. It's like it's just this huge disconnect, I feel like. But Jonah's probably going to dislike that because I said it.
I mean, probably. I
Jonah,
think
like, 10 out of
he
10.
likes The Last Jedi.
he likes the Last Jedi.
Likes The Last Jedi?
Oh,
yeah, so does Josh, they both have been on the podcast before.
I talked to Josh
I
about
respect
it.
Josh's opinion. Jonah's. I'm just kidding.
Jonah sucks.
I talked to Josh about it, and he agreed with me. I was like,
About the
is
last
a guy who goes agreeing with me about the end of Rise of Skywalker,
Oh, the kiss.
the kiss, yeah.
Okay.
And one thing when I said is that at that point, like if you're already gone full cheese, just have them both survive. Like I feel like
yeah.
you've gone to
Yeah.
that length of like okay, like you have this already happy-go-lucky plot, right? Of just no danger, kind of. Oh, Chewie's still alive.
Dude,
Boom.
the Chewie fake out was so stupid. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Chewie's dead.
I didn't
5
believe it for 1 second. Like it was like
I was like, what?
okay.
I
Like,
didn't even have time to believe it because it was like, oh, Chewie's dead. 5 minutes later, oh, Chewie's back.
yeah, it was like
It's
literally like 2 minutes later. It's like, oh, Chewie's not dead.
How would they
Okay.
not know he was on a separate ship? Like,
So dumb.
like how would you not know there was 2 ships there? Like,
I don't know. Just dude, don't even
The
question
ship was
it.
right behind their head the whole time. They just couldn't see it.
There are literally like 3 big quote unquote good guy deaths. There's spoilers.
Hux.
Ben Solo.
Hux, yeah.
There's
Just a
there's
waste of a character.
Leia,
Oh, yeah.
Leia, and then Hux. Like
Hux was-
literally Hux is laughable. I
Hux's
like the
death was
actor.
so funny.
I like the actor. All right.
Yeah, no,
I-
he's great.
Just why wouldn't you go with them? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I think I texted you that. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, why would you not leave?
like
Like you betrayed.
leave.
Like you don't think they're gonna figure out? Like
How
oh,
stupid can you be?
yeah.
Like
He's like,
Oh,
I don't
I
care.
got shot. It was a coup.
like
I don't care if you guys win. I just need Kylo Ren to lose.
it's like that's a valid reason if you like kind of go further with it, right? Like you
Yeah.
hate Kylo Ren's new rule so much you're willing to rebel against
Yeah.
him and you side with the other side. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
You just have
Why
to
did I
leave.
just write a better scenario in my brain in 5 seconds than J.J. Abrams?
You could have
did?
done something cool with his character because, like, in the first movie, he was kind of established as being like someone like okay.
He was
like-
very much in The Force Awakens. He was very much a Tarkin
yeah.
type character.
He
Where
was almost
he's-
an equal.
He was
to-
taken.
so,
he was
like,
taken seriously, and he was like threatening and like someone you don't want to mess with, and like equal
to Kylo Ren. Like they were both they were vying for Snoke's approval. Like it was like a rivalry.
Right.
And then when Snoke dies and Kylo Ren takes like the throne.
Well, even before that, like the first scene of Last Jedi, he's a slapstick character where true. He's just it's like, okay, he's a part of your mom joke in Star Wars. Like I can't handle that.
Yeah, it's stupid. And then they just like kill him with like this random Imperial like general that shows up in that movie. Like
where was this guy the whole time?
He literally is like, just as I served you in the last war, I'll serve you in these. What? And it's like,
where have you been?
Literally in my mind when that happened, I'm like, of course they would say that.
Of course, they just blast. They blast Hux
would
away.
They do?
Like, he's like, they overpowered me and the guards, and then they just grabs
like,
a gun from
found
him
the traitor.
Shoots him.
It's like I can see it coming a mile away. It's like, oh, Hux is dead. Like it's so pathetic.
I'm the spy.
Like I get it's so difficult to write a good movie. It's super difficult to write a good movie, right? Right? Like it's difficult to write a good movie.
Especially when it's a Star Wars movie. Like everyone's gonna hate it, everyone's gonna love it. Like you're not gonna please everybody. So you gotta do the best way you can do. And I mean, there are people out there that like the movie. It's just I'm not.
See, I'm gonna probably get crap for this. But at least The Last Jedi actually went in a new direction for the series.
See, I've heard that argument before, like, oh, at least Rian Johnson tried something new, but it's like, okay, if the new thing he tried sucked, it still sucks.
Right.
Like I can't. I'd rather have something played safe and be good. Like it's the end result that I care about. The Force Awakens played it safe. They redid a bunch of stuff, but that is, I would arguably say that's a better movie than The Last Jedi.
The other two combined.
No, Rise of Skywalker is better than Force Awakens.
I think you have a bad opinion. Like
I didn't.
Just kidding.
I think the Force, so I think as a whole, the trilogy is a complete failure as far as
100%.
And I think it doesn't really boil down to any of the individual movies, as it more boils down to there was never a foundation put in place for them. They should have planned out
what was
they should have planned out a 3-film arc, had one director, or they should have had writers write the basis, like they can adjust the script.
They should have had at least the same writer throughout the whole movie.
And they should have had the main plot points established for the whole entire trilogy, and then had one director do all 3 movies so they could have a cohesive narrative structure. The Force Awakens plays it safe, but if they had the same J.J. Abrams and they had the story built for the second one to expand off that and take some risks and kind of make the story different, but have the same kind of tone and whatnot, that would have been successful, and then they could have the third film wrap everything up. But instead, the first film set the tone, and then Rian Johnson came in and kind of flipped the script and kind of was like, oh, it's different, it's edgy, all this kind of stuff. And then it's like, oh, but then they bring JJ back in and they erase the second, so it was just first movie set, erase that with the second movie, and then the second movie's erased by the third movie. So they never really have a trilogy.
It's a roundabout more.
Yeah.
You feel as if you're going in one of those roundabouts. So just circle over and over again.
Yeah. So it's none of the characters really got that much development. Poe and Finn.
Waste of characters.
Oh, they don't. There's no I heard someone say Finn literally his whole entire story is he used to be a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And he literally has no character.
Well, he had all of his character arc in the first movie.
Yeah.
And
they did nothing with
it. It was nothing.
Yeah.
In the other two.
And then Poe was just a pilot.
Yeah.
He literally he didn't do anything that cool. I liked he had potential to do cool stuff, but none of it was ever expanded upon that well. And then even Rey was
at least challenge these characters, put them in situations where they struggle.
Yeah.
Because when characters struggle, it's hard to watch, but it's that grows them, It's I don't feel ever Finn was in real danger. I don't ever feel Poe is in real danger.
Yeah.
Poe, not even in real danger. He didn't even struggle with anything throughout the entire trilogy.
No.
Look at Luke.
Yeah.
Luke's a great character. He struggled with the light side and the dark. He struggled with his father. He struggled with Ben.
His training.
He struggled with his training.
He wasn't even good at fighting till the third movie.
Yeah.
He literally is
Rey was able to fight
immediately
and beat Kylo Ren, who had like his whole life training with like a lightsaber. Like
I think there's some circumstances of that fight though, specifically that
Chewie shot him.
Chewie shot him. You know, it's yeah. I know what you're saying though. I get it, but
I mean, that was like the first time she'd held a lightsaber.
yeah.
It's
But
in her
I mean,
blood though. She's a
Oh
Palpatine.
my god!
you know, because she did the stab motion, and only Palpatine is stabbed before in the movie, so that means that she has to be the
Is that something like an argument?
I've seen that before. Like
that is true.
like right
Yeah.
after The Force Awakens come out, like tons of videos about like who's Rey. You know, that was just a huge mystery. Like they were trying to figure it out and stuff. And that was one of the arguments I
sweaty
saw, and I was like,
nerds.
that like even though it came out to be true that she was a Palpatine, like that argument was just ridiculous. It was just so
100%.
stupid. Because she stabbed, like
Dude, I would have
okay.
loved to see the reactions of in The Last Jedi of when Kylo Ren goes, "Your parents are nothing. They came from nothing. Your parents are filthy junk traders. They left you. They sold you for money."
His voice. I love his voice.
And like, okay,
I love
Adam
Palpatine-
Driver though.
yeah, no,
like
he's a
he's a
great
great actor.
I love when Palpatine does stab in like Revenge of the Sith. Like he makes this like snarls. He's like,
He just
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
I think we talked about this the other day. Like he played that part so well in that movie, specifically that movie, because he's just like he has so much fun with it. You know, like you could tell that he's just
No.
yeah, he's just like he's so self-aware of the character, and it's funny. But it works. You know.
Yeah.
Don't let him kill me, Anakin. Don't let him kill me.
Now you die.
Unlimited power.
I love that scene.
gosh.
And then when he
have I done?
what have I done? I love it when Mace Windu flies out the window and then Palpatine like lowers his hands. He goes, yeah, that's a great movie.
I just like Anakin-
highly underrated.
Anakin goes from like telling Mace Windu like, "Hey, the Chancellor's like the Emperor, like a Sith
The
Lord."
Chancellor's
like,
evil.
I
just killed you.
to like 30 minutes later, he's slaughtering children in like the Jedi Temple.
Dude,
Like,
the dark side.
There's
Dude,
too many of
he
them.
doesn't take his
What do
time.
we do, Master?
Master Skywalker, there's too many.
I'm waiting for that extended
What are we
cut.
going to do?
I'm gonna kill
Do you think like they like even tried to fight back? Like, do you think like
Well,
Oh, you can see them trying to fight back.
There's a security hologram of him killing youngling.
oh, great movie? That actually is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Like,
It's definitely the best of the prequels. I
Oh,
mean, it's
yeah.
Best of the prequels.
there's a lot of good things in that movie.
I'd say it's in like right at the halfway mark.
yeah.
I feel like that's the threshold.
The
for
opening
Star Wars.
space battle is
It's-
awesome.
Oh, dude, as a kid, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was watching that and I was like, this is the best part of the movie because
Yeah.
like as a kid, I was like, I don't like when things go bad, kind of thing, like because I knew the movie was basically a tragedy, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
And
The lightsaber. There's a lot of good lightsaber fights too in that one.
oh, there's great. Anakin and Obi-Wan is one of the I think controversially the best lightsaber fight of the
I would agree.
prequels. I know people like to say Maul versus Qui-Gon.
I think that
Obi-Wan.
one's probably better. Yeah.
You think
The
so?
Mustafar, yeah.
I don't. I think like if you like, I think the Obi-Wan Anakin fight is just shot better, and you can really like see the choreography.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird camera angles in the Duel of Fates one. It's still a really good fight, and I really like that one. But also just the motivation behind the Anakin Obi-Wan fight, I think it has a lot more depth to it than
Yeah.
the Duel of Fates one.
They have character moments in that fight too. They talk. They're like
Yeah. Well,
Like-
and it's two people that,
they loved each other.
yeah, they
Like,
were brothers, and
Yeah.
you know, it's more tragic. And the other one is just, a bad guy and two good guys.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad fight, but
And the scenery is way cooler in the
Mustafar. Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
the lava
and
planet.
stuff.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
So Rise of
Wow,
Skywalker,
yeah, so Rise of
10 out of 10.
Skywalker.
I would say a 5 out of 10.
I gave it a 7. Honestly.
5.
I'd probably give it a. Let's see. I probably gave Last Jedi like a 3, so I'll give. I'll give Rise of Skywalker like a 4.
4.1.
Man,
Probably
I'm
4.
the only one giving it a decent review.
Give it
Like
a
my
5.
thing was like I had an okay experience. I watched the movie. I had a good time. Like I felt like it somewhat. I felt like it did the best with what it could have. Like there really wasn't that much way they could.
I mean, they were
that.
backed into a corner.
Yeah.
It's
It's like,
So-
but you're still, even though you're backed into a corner, like it's still a movie that is sloppy. Like it's probably the sloppiest Star Wars movie.
I like my Star Wars
dang.
movies sloppy.
Okay, all right, we're moving
There
on.
were some things I liked about it. I liked the hyperspace skipping thing. I thought that was really
A
cool.
lot of people hated.
A lot of people hated it, but I just like seeing Poe Dameron fly and stuff. That was the first time he piloted the Falcon, so it was
Falcon,
kind of
yeah.
cool seeing him fly.
I like that Wedge was back for like one frame.
Dude,
Good shot, Lando.
I wonder how much they paid him for that.
oh man,
Probably like 1% of the box office.
dude,
Total.
I would take that. Jeez.
That's so much money.
Yeah.
Like,
I think probably my favorite character was Babu Frick.
I liked Poe's friend.
Oh, Carrie Russell's
Oh,
character.
Yeah, she was cool. I liked her armor.
She got like 2 scenes, 3
Yeah.
scenes maybe.
Her armor and ship were cool.
Yeah, I have a Lego set of her Y-wing, and I'm super excited to build it.
I want to get that Y-wing. It's a cool Y-wing. I
Take it.
have one that's from the original trilogy,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
but I like that new one.
yeah, the Y-wing. It comes with Poe, Carrie Russell's character. I can't even remember her name. She was kind of
pretty
the throwaway
throwaway.
character. Also, I don't understand why she would deny Poe in the end. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that
like
was
you just won like the war. Like,
why can't you like a quick kiss? Like
or something like that. Like you
Ben-
have time.
Ben and Ray kiss,
Congratulations,
Ben
you
and
have
Ray
time
kiss.
for romance.
Yeah,
now.
Ben and
Zori
Ray kissed.
Bliss.
Zori Bliss. Yep.
What a name.
Okay.
Just
All right.
kidding.
Well. All right.
So anyway, that's Rise of Skywalker.
7 to 10.
5.
Honestly,
Just stick with a 4. It's okay.
I'll stick with.
Let's talk about better movies.
Yes.
Speaking of better movies,
We should talk about my favorite movie of 2019. Maybe
I think
yours.
it was mine. It's really close. Like I think it is. It's really close with. You can say it with the movie.
1917.
Phenomenal film.
I have not seen it.
Amazing movie. Like
It is-
blown away by how good it was.
It brought Mick and I. Like we went and watched the movie together, and like
we were just
we were I was borderline. I think Mick was too, like bawling in the movie.
yeah.
theater.
I mean, we're not going to spoil anything because it's still pretty recent. Will, you haven't seen it, so so we'll keep it spoiler free. But I mean, you've heard before, like people describe movies of it's such a ride, and you're
A journey.
a
like
journey, and I've never really felt that way with any movie until this one. Like it really is like you're with them the whole time. You're hyperventilating when they are, you're terrified when they're like, it feels, and you're just like, it's one of those movies where you're just rooting for these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on, like, please.
I was exhausted after watching the movie.
It's an exhausting
I was
movie.
the crying wasn't like just because of like some plot point or something. Like I was just emotionally
Yeah, it drains you.
drained.
Yeah.
Like Mick and I went at 8, and like I think we got done. Like we went home, we were playing PlayStation. I was so tired, and then like I checked my phone. I'm like, oh, it's only 8 o'clock. It felt like it was like midnight or 1 in the morning. I was so
gosh.
drained. Like
Yeah.
If I cried at Toy Story 4, and I'm gonna bawl.
I teared up at Toy Story 4. 1970 had like for about 15 minutes I was like having to like actively fight just complete like I cry sometimes like, and like when I cry it's like a mess of tears. Like I was like for 15-20 minutes I was having to actively prevent myself from just complete full on bawling in the theater. Like I get like I'm like even thinking about it now,
Yeah,
like, I get like
dude,
kind of emotionally
yeah.
teared up thinking about the film. Like, I
Dang,
was like,
dude.
yeah, like it's that good.
I'm really excited to go see it.
Yeah, and it's definitely see it in the theaters. It
Yeah.
really is worth seeing on the big screen with the really good surround sound. And
It's nominated for Best Picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
I really hope it wins.
I think it probably will win.
It's got a good shot. I
It's
mean,
got a good shot. I think 1917 Parasite
Could take it. That movie is incredible.
and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think, is also
Those,
good.
yeah, those are my 3.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I feel like is the safe pick, so that's why it might win. It's like
But
got 2 big actors.
Tarantino's kind of controversial a little bit. Like,
It's about Hollywood.
yeah.
I think 1917 will win. talking about the Oscars now. I think Joaquin Phoenix will probably win Best Actor.
Yeah.
I hope so.
He's just had so much awards already, and that historically that normally kind of points him to getting the Oscar too.
I'm okay if Parasite wins Best Picture though too, because that movie is like another one that's like kind of unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
You guys need to watch that movie like ASAP. Like,
I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah.
See it with my dad, hopefully soon.
Yeah, you need to. It's good.
Is it out on DVD, Blu-ray?
Yeah, it's I know it's out on digital.
Okay.
That's where I bought it on digital.
Cool.
Yeah. That one, and then I mean, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's great too. But that one's just like, I love Tarantino movies, but it's like it's another Tarantino. Like I watched Parasite and I was like thinking about it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, man, and it's a foreign film, not you're reading subtitles, and I was like, dang, it's like one of like the credits when you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Same with 1917, like an exceptional like like they're two totally completely different type of movies, like tonally and like the way they're shot and stuff. But like, I feel like this year, or like I guess 2019 was like one of the best years for films in like a long time.
I think so. Yeah.
Like
really solid summer.
Yeah.
Even the start of the year was pretty good, wasn't it?
I'm trying to think what came out.
John Wick
3. Yeah.
That was summer, right? May 17.
Oh,
giant poster right behind us.
Yeah, John Wick was great. Probably not
schedule.
Oscar worthy for anything, but
maybe like they should have like an Oscar for like choreography,
Yeah.
like fight scenes or something. Like
yeah.
I can't wait for the fourth one. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
I hope they like maybe wrap it up after 4 though.
I get kind of nervous. I mean, even at this one, like number 3, I was like, okay, this like I could see this ending really well, and then it didn't end, and I was like, I really like that movie, but I'm nervous now. Like, I want them to end it on a high note.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it could get fatigued. I mean, like at this point, like it's still really fun, but like at a certain point, it's like, man, you can only kill so many people. Like,
right? How are they gonna find a way to kill?
I mean, the Mission Impossible, I guess those have kind of stayed fun for a while, but like,
I think action movies I think will always be fun.
Yeah,
and the character of John Wick is such a likable character, even though he's like an assassin murderer guy. But like just it's a fun character to watch, and it's a fun universe that they created with those movies.
Yeah.
What you looking up there, Will?
I'm looking at like movie releases 2019, seeing if there's anything really else that came out early this year, and I'm not really seeing anything. I think Avengers was the obvious one.
That was good.
Yeah.
There was also let's see here.
Captain
I
Marvel.
saw one. There was Us. Landon, you really liked that one.
Us was great. Us was phenomenal.
And then I really liked Shazam. Shazam was a really fun.
I never
movie.
watched that one.
It was good.
It was good. It wasn't like anything Oscar worthy, but I think
No.
But yeah, that's about it. I can't think of anything.
You guys haven't seen Us, have you?
Or wait, there's
No.
The Kid Who Would Be King.
Colby's film.
Colby's film.
Dude, doesn't it have like a really high Rotten Tomatoes rating?
I think it does. Actually,
It
I
does,
think it
yeah.
has pretty good reviews. It looks stupid.
Dude,
but
nice job, Colby.
yeah, way to go, kid.
Your first movie is like critically like a home run, but like box office,
I think it tanked. I think it tanked hard.
I just don't think it had a good
Marketing
campaign.
Yeah.
Like,
That was
I think the
Colby's
only
choice.
Yeah. Colby had
I
a
want the
lot
film
of
to speak for
leverage over that
itself.
movie.
Okay. Let's look at 2020 releases. Then.
I'm trying to think of what's coming out this year.
Let's see here. Birds of Prey is in February. Sonic the Hedgehog as well.
Oh no!
All right.
2020, come on, what are you doing?
But so Quiet Place Part 2.
I'm excited for that.
That'll be good.
No Time to Die is in April.
Oh, James Bond.
James Bond,
I
yeah.
don't really like James Bond that much.
I've never really been into it. I could see it being good. I mean,
They're just kind of boring though.
did you ever see Casino Royale?
No, I've only seen Skyfall. I think.
Watch Casino Royale. I think that one's better.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 1984.
I'm excited for that one.
That'd be okay.
Let's see here.
They're like really like copying like more and more Captain America.
Free Guy.
No,
Ryan Reynolds.
please make it stop. I watched the commercial and I wanted to die.
Is that like the like video game like.
Yeah, he's an NPC or whatever. Like,
Minions: The Rise of Gru.
No,
Oh my god,
dude, 2020 sounds terrible.
Come
All right,
back
all right,
2019.
All right. Okay. New Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Okay.
on.
All right. Okay. Tenet.
Okay,
all
yes.
right.
That's summer, right?
movie of
Like
the
June,
year.
That's
probably.
Yeah. The King's Man.
Okay.
Isn't that? Wait,
It's like
when is that
February.
coming
I
out?
think it's February. I think.
I thought that was early.
Yeah, February.
Have you heard anything about The Gentleman?
I saw IGN gave it like a 4 out of 10.
They always give Guy Ritchie movies.
They
really
gave
bad
they gave Man
reviews.
of Uncle like a 5 or 6, I think.
Man from Uncle.
Yeah.
Then there's Black Widow.
I'll
And
watch
then
that.
Eternals, which are the two
Marvel movies.
Marvel movies coming out this year. And then the one I'm most excited for in December, Dune.
Dune. Oh yeah. Yeah. I need to read that book still.
Dune's cast is ridiculous.
Who's in it? Oscar Isaac?
I'll read you the full list. It's
Oh.
huge.
It's got my boy Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Who else?
Toby
who,
Maguire.
who else can we put in
Dwayne
there?
The Rock
Toby
Johnson.
Maguire.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Vin
is
Diesel.
Dune.
Jason Statham. I'm gonna beat you like a Cherokee drum.
You know, like that wasn't like in it, and he like was like,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna say that.
That was
they're
an
like,
ad
they're
lib.
like, no, and he's like, no, I'm gonna say it.
He probably pulled that out of his own old like wrestling
Actor,
scripts or
yeah.
something.
All right. Okay, you ready for the cast?
Shoot,
Okay, so here's the main cast. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
don't know who that is.
yeah, he's been in some stuff.
He's been in some
He's a
stuff. I think he
younger actor.
won, or he's been nominated for 2 Oscars, maybe won
Yeah,
one.
he was in that controversial movie.
Yeah, Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zendaya is
Oh, okay.
MJ from the
Oh,
new
he was
Spider-Man.
in Interstellar.
Oh.
Then Rebecca Ferguson.
Ooh, I like her.
Yep.
What's she been in?
Mission
Fallout.
Impossible.
Oh.
Jason
And-
Momoa.
Mm,
Momoa.
I don't really like him.
Dave Bautista.
David Bautista. Oscar Isaac.
Josh
Okay.
Brolin.
Yep. Josh
like
Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
And then
He's good.
Stellan Skarsgård plays the villain.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Javier Bardem's in it.
Yep. Javier Bardem is going to be in it.
Wow,
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah, it's a huge
that's
cast.
a good cast.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
like
he-
every character. Like,
Yeah.
and I know from what I've read the book, I know the character arcs and what happens to all of
And they're
them.
all good
And they're
casting.
all fantastic casting. They're
Yeah.
all like just above and beyond. Especially Oscar Isaac as Leto is going to kill it.
Yeah, dude, like Javier Bardem too. Like he could have just like retired after like No Country for Old Men.
Oh, yeah.
Been, like one of
Oh.
the best actors of all time. Like,
He got the Oscar for that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did. Like
Best
no-
supporting actor or
yeah,
something
and
like
I think
that.
that won Best Picture too.
It did.
It did.
That movie's phenomenal.
That movie is a wild ride of
Yeah.
emotion and like some pretty sad stuff.
Yeah.
It's like depressing.
Oh yeah,
100%.
that's probably one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I think it gives a good message though. It gives an interesting, controversial message, but I think
Yeah.
a good one.
I didn't quite get it the first time I watched it. I was
Yeah.
like, it's over.
So like, what's going on? It's kind of a depressing. Like, should we spoil it?
Spoil what?
No Country for
No
Old
Country
Men.
for Old
Yeah,
Men.
don't spoil it. That's like, even though that movie's old,
It's-
like I feel like that's when you should like.
It's been
just
13
watch.
years since it
You
came
should just
out.
watch it though. Like, it's pretty easily available. Like,
I kind of want to spoil.
gosh dang
I
it.
kinda
no,
do
we,
too.
no, we don't have to.
Okay, all right.
watch the
I just
movie.
love
I'm
talking
like,
about that ending. It's so good,
Yeah.
and you'll be sitting there being like, "What?" The
Yeah.
first time you watch it. Watch it
Yeah.
the second time. Look up videos on it. Do anything you can to understand the ending because it's.
I watched it
it's
the second
interesting.
time and I was like, what?
I watched it the third time. And I was like,
What?
"What?"
Yeah. I like that setting too. That setting in that movie, kind of like. it's just
Well,
kinda
I like cat and mouse movies.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch. This one was an
Yeah.
intense one, but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Well, yeah, good.
Well,
Hopefully,
that's-
somewhat of a good year for movies.
Some movies
Tenet
coming up.
will make it worth it. I feel like.
Yeah, that'll carry the summer, I think.
Hans Zimmer is not doing the score.
No,
He's doing Dune instead.
Yeah, he's doing Dune.
Why can't he do both?
He's doing No Time to
No Time to Die.
Die.
really you gonna pick Bond? Over
Well, that was a
Nolan?
late
Was the late
thing.
edition.
The original guy dropped out, and he just like 2 weeks ago or something got signed on to do it.
Whoa, shoot!
Movie's coming out in April, so he has time.
But
think.
the guy that is doing
No
the
time
music though
to-
is Ludwig whatever face.
I don't know.
Wow, so descriptive.
He did the music for the
Goranus Garanson?
I can't.
The
He's a
Mandalorian.
Swedish composer?
Mandalorian.
Jeez, I thought you were joking around at first. Then like I saw
God,
you really
I wanted to say mandolin.
Oh, he did Black Panther.
He did Black Panther. He's done some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did Death Wish with Bruce Willis.
No.
Ooh, that's a good
No.
one.
That movie's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's honestly one reason I really like Nolan movies is most of his movies has a Hans Zimmer score.
Yeah.
Hans
And
Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer-
How old is that guy now?
Hans Zimmer?
Yeah.
I think he's in his like late 50s, early 60s.
Not
maybe?
as old as John Williams. Oh my god.
John Williams is like 80 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
When
How
do you
he's
think
still
he'll
composing
retire?
movies. I honestly think
It's
Star
gotta be
Wars
soon,
was his
right?
last rodeo. I 100% believe they're done with the original Star Wars trilogy, done with scoring stuff.
Well, he said he was done with Star Wars for sure, but I don't know if he.
I don't know. I think writing music for him is his passion, probably.
Yeah,
So
some
I think he
people-
wants to
yeah.
do it till he might want to do it till the day he dies.
Just slow down a little. Just do projects he like really, really wants to do. I don't know.
Yeah, or something. Like if he keeps feeling inspired, why wouldn't he slow down? You know,
Yeah. There's certain jobs that are like. I mean, like you see football coaches that are like in their 70s.
in the 80s.
Yeah. It's like, what do you like? They have all the money. They just like doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but
So
Good old Wade Phillips out there. Like
he got fired from the Cowboys, didn't he? Or where did he get fired? The Texans,
the Rams.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't be renewing his contract, so which is fine. I think it was time for him to go anyway. Just
Yeah.
kind of move on.
I love it when like teams say like we're mutually parting ways. It's like that means
Like,
they're fired.
that means
Like,
we can fire you, or we can say that we're mutually parting ways.
yeah, that means like that like they're firing you, but they kind of like still respect you.
If I was
So, like,
going, I would be like, I'm going down with the fight. You're firing me.
Yeah.
Like,
Hans Zimmer is 62.
okay.
John Williams is 87.
Oh my gosh.
oh man,
He's getting
imagine
up
being
there.
87 and working.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be
thank you.
dead by like 65.
That's what I've always thought. I don't think I make it that far.
Hey,
Christopher Nolan's
I
only
mean, we
40.
all got to die someday.
Christopher Nolan's only 49. I thought he was a lot older than that. I thought he was in his 50s by now.
He's a young man.
Yeah, he's still got some
He's gonna be
life.
making films for 40 more years, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I wish he made more. I mean, it's worth it when they
Oh,
come out.
yeah.
You know, it's worth the wait. But it's like, man, I want more. Like, give me more Nolan.
That's why it was like kind of like it kind of sucked like with Dunkirk because it was like it was a good movie, but it was like this wasn't Nolan. Like,
Yeah,
Where's
Yeah.
like where's my plot twist?
it's cool that he can like. He can definitely do other movies. You know, other
Yeah.
types of movies.
He shouldn't though. He should never.
Yeah,
do what the fans want.
listen. Dunkirk, okay, all right, Jonah, don't kill me.
Oh, he's gonna kill you. He's already gonna kill you for what you said about Last Jedi.
Really? Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! I'm
Jonah-
like, I literally like, I want to be on a podcast with Jonah so bad. Like, I want to
He's gonna
just
rip
like,
you apart, man. Like
dude, I don't care. Like,
even
I
if
just
you're
want to
right,
talk to
like,
him
he'll rip
face
you
to
apart.
face, like, and like at least have him say the things to my face. You know, like it's not that difficult.
Jonah's like it's Star Wars, so it's good.
I'm like, okay,
It's DC. So
Yes,
it's
you're
good.
right.
You like put like a DC stamp on like Captain Marvel. He's like, great movie. You tell him like Captain Marvel was like directed by Zack Snyder. 10 out of 10.
I gotta defend Jonah a little bit here because he. I mean, and he said it before. He's very biased about DC and Star Wars.
He's
and
never
that kind
told me
of
that before.
But he doesn't like to relay that information in arguments and discussions. But
Because he's like, I got to make Will feel pain.
he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't a big fan of Justice League, and that movie was terrible. The theatrical version that we all got. So I think
Jonah's a release the Snyder cut kind of guy.
Dude, he
they-
posts on Facebook. He like pictures. He's like,
I think they will release it. I think it'll be.
no way.
I think it'll be released on like an HBO thing. That's I think what'll happen.
I mean, I hope
I think
so
they should
because I
burn
kind of
the
want to see
Snyder
it. Like the president of, I think it's WB, right? Warner Brothers.
yeah.
Comes out like with the Snyder cut, holding up the Snyder cut, and it's burning. Like
in his hand.
He's like, some
In the
people
whole
just
thing.
want to watch the world burn.
The last copy. Like,
All the fans are screaming, crying out in pain. Like, Jonah's going to riots. Oh man.
Jonah becomes the new Joker.
You want to hear a joke, Warner Brothers? What happens when you mix angry fans?
It's like a society that doesn't treat them right.
What you deserve.
Yeah.
Jonah, we love you.
Yeah. That scene in Joker, like the interview on the TV set, that's like one of the best scenes.
It's super tense. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys get that movie? It's out on Blu-ray
No,
now.
I didn't buy it.
No.
That's one of those movies that like I'm fine with not seeing for a long time
It's
again.
so hard
it
to
was
watch
hard
again.
To watch. It was
Yeah.
really hard to watch.
Like when I first saw it, I didn't
was
like
just
it.
too funny.
Like, and I still like it's still hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. So I get why I didn't like it, but it's still, to me, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and I really have to struggle to view it as like a tragedy, because it does have a lot of good elements of like character development,
life's a
character.
comedy. I'm sorry.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't think you're like wrong for like not liking it super much, like, or a lot. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think I gave it. I think I gave it like a 7
yeah.
or 8 or something.
I wish would question like more of like what is good, what is evil. That would have been way cooler than just
It's kind of
we're just
existed.
victims of society. It's like, yeah, you can go deeper than that. Like
Yeah.
there's one line in the movie about like, like how do like you guys decide what's right, and that's it. Like it would have been really cool to see like more of a study on what good and evil is. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but of course it's not right. But it's like, never mind. All right, Michael, help me.
Get us out of here.
what you just said was your version of The Last Jedi, and now I have to take over for you. Like you just gave me like garbage.
I just like started sputtering out.
Take it. Your turn. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good movie, but yeah, like I said, I'm fine with not watching it again for a while.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, well, we've talked a lot about movies and stuff. Before we move on to other subjects, is there anything else movie-wise you want to talk about?
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Go out, watch 1917,
Yes.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
I want to
Parasite.
see. I want to see Little Women.
That's
Doesn't
gonna win. It's gonna
Doesn't
win
have
Oscar.
Christian Bale? I mean,
Yeah, no bail, no watch.
No bail, no watch.
Release the
I'm
bail.
gonna bail
Release
without
the
bail.
bail cut. Release the bail
bail-
cut.
He's just superimposed in the
Yeah.
background of every shot.
Also, go see Midsummer. That was another
Gosh,
good movie
dang
from
it.
2019.
All right.
Only watch that if you
All right.
are like messed up though.
Are you guys gonna watch the Oscars at all? Like, does that interest
I'll just
you?
follow. I'll just read who won. I don't
Yeah.
wanna
I'll
watch
just
it.
look
That's
up the
stupid.
ends.
Yeah.
Who won?
There's no host again this year.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I think that's better. Like when there is a host,
you know-
it's about the host. You know.
Yeah, you know what?
And
I
it's
think
really
they shouldn't even televise it. Like I think it's kind of like they should just like be like, oh yeah, they won the award.
I mean, it's just a big, tooting their own horn fest.
Yeah,
Yeah. Basically, that's why I appreciated Ricky
Gervais,
excuse
whatever
me,
his name
Grievous, whatever his speech.
General Grievous.
General Grievous.
Ricky.
I really like his General Grievous's speech at the Golden Globes when he adds another one to his collection. That's my favorite moment. But anyway, Ricky Grievous, he basically, I think it's Grievous.
Just call
I
him
don't know.
Ricky.
Gervais.
Gervais. There it is. Thank you, Michael. You know, I was searching for the correct name
thought
from
you
either
were-
one of
I
you.
thought you were
No,
just joking
I wasn't
around.
joking.
I don't know how to say it.
You
either.
never
I don't know
heard
how to
his
say
name
it.
before?
No.
Ricky Gervais.
Gervais. Okay, Gervais. Ricky G. Okay. Ricky G. Like gets up on the podium and
Hello
basically
there.
roasts like every single celebrity,
Yeah.
and it's great because it felt like they were finally like getting a piece of their own. Like they were getting a piece of their own medicine, because like Ricky's right in that they go up there and they have no idea what the world's about. Like,
Well, and he's hosted the Golden Globes quite a few times before, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
always does that. He always
That's probably the
just
last
rips
time
the audience a new one. He doesn't care.
he's like, don't care,
Yeah.
care. Sorry, don't care. He like made an Epstein joke or something like that, and it was hilarious. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, and he was like,
I like
don't
looked at
care.
pictures like Tom Hanks being like really shocked.
yeah. Tom Hanks has great meme potential.
Anyway, so movies,
All right.
you gotta love them.
Yep.
They're fun. So Landon, you like busted your head open or something?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
I was out working on call yesterday, and I tried to like duck underneath this piece of equipment. Like I was trying to get behind a bunch of stuff to do some work, and like I like hit my head really hard. I think I was like turning around to do something, and this thing was like hanging low. So like I turned to go forward and like clipped the top of my head against this like sharp object, and I hit it with a lot of force, and it hurt. And I was like, ow. I mean, that's not what I said, but I said ow.
I wish you just said ow.
No, and then I sat down on this like milk crate, just like, you know, catch my breath, and then like I was just sitting there, and like and I just like felt like
liquid.
Yeah, like hot liquid
pouring out of your head,
like it's pouring on the side of my face. I put my hand up and touched like up there, and like I put
then
down,
your whole like hand is just blood.
Like my whole hand is just covered in blood, and I was like, oh,
this isn't good.
I'm like, oh, shuckies. Like, so I stand up, like I walk out of this equipment room, and like the closest, I was in a grocery store, and the closest like department was the meat department. So like I like kind of shuffle in there, like blood's dripping on the floor from my head, and like I see like the meat department guy, he's not facing me. I'm like, hey, I'm like, do you guys have a first aid kit? And he turns around, his eyes just go wide. He's like, oh crap. Like he just looks at me. Like, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm like, oh no.
It's like if somebody else like eyes like just bug out and he like says some words like you know you're in trouble.
Yeah. So like I sat down, like they took like a, and they were putting like gloves on. They like grabbed some gauze and they put it in like within seconds, like the whole gauze was just completely soaked through with like.
There's a lot of blood in your head.
Yeah, you like when so Landon sent us a picture of
that was after I'd cleaned a lot of it up too.
Oh wow, how much? Yeah, do you like have an approximation of how much blood you lost, or
like 4 pounds, maybe?
I would say it's the most I would say it's the most I've ever. I'd say it's the most I've ever bled from a cut or anything. I mean, it was enough when I got to the urgent care like an hour later. It took them about 20 minutes to clean it up all off of me. Like, cause by the time I got there, like the whole right hand side of my
just crusty.
Yeah, like all through my beard down to my chin was like just crusted up blood all the way.
Like Radagast, where it was like crusty.
Oh gosh,
no.
Who?
Radagast was supposed to be cool, right? Like
I don't know.
The books, like why can't they just make the wizard like him be like a caring, loving, like animal lover that is like you feel bad for him rather than like I want to pick on him too. Like literally, like Saruman's like Radagast is an idiot, and it's like it'd be way better to make his character misunderstood rather than
of mushrooms.
It's like, oh man.
Anyway, so your head.
Yeah, I mean, like it was all like at one point when I was driving to the urgent care, I was in Airway Heights, which for people that don't live in Spokane, like it's like a small town, like 20 minutes out of Spokane.
I think Dave lives there, right?
He does. That's where he does rehab. It said on my I googled urgent care, and it's like, oh, there's one in Airway Heights, like 5 minutes from you, and I'm like perfect. So like, and I was an idiot. Like I had some of this job left to do, and I was like. I had like a bunch of their freezers shut off, and I'm like, I can finish this before I go in. Like, so I went back and worked for like 20 more minutes, like head throbbing, like paranoid that's just gonna start bleeding again any second. Like, finished up, left all my tools there. I'm like, well, I'll just go to the urgent care real quick and then come back. And then like I drive there, it's like it's just a medical place, but like it's closed on the weekends. Oh. And I'm like, dang it. And then so like I drive to like the South Hill, like 20 more minutes away, and I get there and like. I walk in, like the old lady at the counter, like looks at me. She's like, "Oh man," because like I mean,
you better get in here fast.
Yeah, like I mean, like the whole like side of my head. I mean, like Matt. At one point when I was driving, I pulled my glasses off to like rub my face, and like I tried to put them back on, and it took a while because like I was hitting like crusted up blood like in my hair, and like it was too stiff to like push through my glasses through.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, like. So I got in there and they like spent like 20 minutes cleaning all the blood up, and then they gave me a tetanus shot, and then they put like 3 staples in my head.
Nice. So
the staples gun wasn't working at first, so I heard it like clicking and there's pressure, and then she's like, it didn't go.
Then they're like, just go to reception and grab that staple. That'll work.
It felt like what you would imagine if you just took a normal stapler.
Did they not like numb you up?
They numbed it a little, but you could still feel like a bunch of pressure, and then and then like you could feel it like go into your skin, and like, and I was like,
oh gosh.
Did you get to choose between staples or just normal stitching?
They like basically told me like stitches is going to be like way more complicated. We're gonna have to like give you like a shot and stuff. All of a sudden it's not going to work as well because there's hair all around it. Yeah. They're like staples will probably be better. I'm like, all right, and staple me up.
When are you getting the staples removed?
Like a week, I think. So they said like 7 to
just
10
keep 'em
days.
in.
Just keep them in.
Yeah,
Like,
it's party, you know.
but yeah. So
Is Landon Terminator now?
it sucked. It sucked. Like, it only really bled for like the first 20 minutes, but like the amount of blood that was going everywhere was like,
It's scary how much blood comes out.
oh
of your head.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it was an alarming. Like I said, like I mean, like it was enough within 45 seconds. It was dripping from my face
Yeah.
onto the ground. Like I was
Well,
like, oh man, not
when-
like this. It's like not
Not
here,
like this.
not in this terrible store. I'm like, I want to like crawl. I'm like, I want to die like a freak. Man. I ain't dying in here. Like, I would refuse to die in that.
You need to
store.
like
I'm not
keep
gonna,
civilian clothes with you at all times, just in case. You're like, I can't.
Nah,
can't
I
die
don't
at
mind
the
wearing the shirt. I'll go out wearing the shirt, but I'm not dying in the Yolks and Arrowhead Heights. I'll name drop them. Not dying in that store.
Well, when Dave and I were just little kids, something similar happened where we were in the backyard and I was playing with a 9-iron golf club, and a stupid little kid like I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings or anything, so I was just swinging this golf club wildly, trying to hit this ball on the ground. And Dave comes up behind me and I do a backswing and I crack him right in the head.
Oh no!
Which, funny enough, is the one time I actually hit the ball and it actually went pretty far.
You're standing like, God, jeez.
I was like,
Dave, you see
wow,
that?
look-
Dave's like,
That's
oh.
that's what I did. I was like, wow, look at that shot. And Dave's like, oh man, my head hurts. I didn't know I hit him or anything. And I'm still like watching the ball like go, and he's like, man, my head's like really sweaty. Like, oh man, this is weird.
No, not the
and
slow.
I turn around and he's like, probably what you were like, just blood, just coming down.
Yeah.
And,
You're like, what have I done?
yeah, I was like, I've killed my brother.
What have I
done?
That's when you hit him
What
again.
have I done?
David's like, he's too dangerous to be kept alive.
Then my dad came out and said, henceforth you shall be known as. Okay, I won't finish that. But so anyway, yeah, Dave went through the same thing. you
Yeah,
know.
because the cut's not that big on my head either. I'm sure.
No, it's about the same size that Dave's was. Like,
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe
half an inch.
yeah.
Somewhere around
enough
there.
to, like to bleed, like especially because you can't like being like there like you're so
Yeah.
like I'm so glad I was like somewhat close to town. Like I'm like if I would have been like out way further, I'm like I don't know what would have been
You
the
would have died.
yeah probably.
Yeah.
Like I said, it stopped bleeding after like
After all the blood.
yeah after like all
crushed
the
it
blood
up.
was like gone. Like
Yeah, until there was no blood left.
dude, but I walked out of that store with like just I didn't clean my face up at all. Like I like walked out of the store with like like just all down the side of my face coated. Like nobody said anything. I walked by probably at least like a dozen people. Nobody was like, hey, you okay? Like just walked out. I was like,
Thanks, Airway Heights.
yeah, I'm like, thanks guys. Like came back like 4 hours later after I'd done some other work to get my tools, and they're like, oh, you're back, you're alive. I'm like, yeah, you ain't killing me.
You can't
today."
kill me.
Yeah, I'm like, you
You
can't
can't kill me. Like, I don't go down this easily. Like,
this store, like I've had so many bad days in that specific store. I'm like just add another one to the list.
add it to the list.
Yeah. That was eventful.
Well,
And then I proceeded to like work till like the rest of the day and then most of the night after that.
Yeah.
Like, I literally didn't stop. Like the next store I worked at was in the parking lot of the urgent care I went to. So
oh,
like
that worked out.
the apprentice I had like met me there. We like did some stuff and then we got my tools and then worked most of the night. Grind never stops. You know?
Nice. Gotta get some extra brownie points or
That
something.
money.
Well, cool. Well, I'm glad your head didn't fall off or
Yeah, I'm
you
glad.
didn't die.
It does feel weird. The staples like go to like like hit your head and you're like, oh, there's like I'm so scared that like I'll like forget and like just like
Scratch,
out,
right?
like just blood just like.
I think it would take a lot to
Yeah.
pull one of those out.
I'm kind of nervous when they take them out. I'm like, what's that gonna feel like?
It's gonna feel. It feels
Probably
really
removing.
weird. It feels
like,
weird.
Probably like removing a sword wound, right? Just like you pull a sword out.
It's gonna feel different because there's gonna be scar tissue there, and
Yeah.
scar tissue is really sensitive, especially when it's like fresh.
like
when
owie.
Like when I've had stitches pulled out of my throat or like my stomach or my arm, like it hurts. It's uncomfortable. But I don't know how they do it with staples though. It might be different.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure
They
it
just
out
get a
in
really
week.
powerful magnet and just just yanks out across the room.
They get
like,
like the wrong
put your
direction.
head-
It
like-
shoves it in.
We need a South Pole.
I was pretty calm during the whole thing. Like they made me fill out so much paperwork while I was waiting. I was like standing at the counter of this place with just blood everywhere. Like just like they're like, can you fill out this form? I'm like standing there like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, it's like, can we like get the ball rolling on this? Like it's a lot of blood. Like I was a man about it though. No tears were shed. I was screaming.
No tears though, but you're screaming.
I just walk in there screaming, ah! Fall on my knees. I've been shot.
Help me.
You should have been like, the person who killed me was hurt.
Yeah. They were like they're like, wait in here, we'll discharge you. And then like they came in like a second later, they're like, actually we got another head laceration victim. We need you to like go out and wait.
What are the odds?
And they wheeled some old dude in this wheelchair and he did not look like he was in good shape. Like he was like shaking. He's like, I'm not doing good. And I'm like, I was like, I guess he slipped and fell in the shower. I was like, dang, son. Like
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I was like, shoot, man. I like kind of looked. I'm like, in my mind, I was like, dude, you need to go to the hospital. Like, I didn't see any blood, but like he was shaking like a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, urgent care can only do so much.
Yeah. But they're good. They're good people.
Some good doctors there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Grind never stop.
Anything to update about your downstairs neighbor?
Or? The plot developments. So
let's set the scene.
New Year's Eve. Have a little party at Landon's. A classic event, Landon's New Year's Eve bash.
Yeah, we do it every year.
Every year.
Yep.
It's a tradition. You don't screw with tradition.
No.
Landon, what was the craziest thing we did that night?
I threw a poker chip at a friend of the show, Jordan.
Yes. We played poker the whole entire night.
We played different card games. And at 11 p.m. New Year's Eve, in an apartment complex, my neighbor called the security company on me. And the guard showed up. And I opened the door and he's like, hey.
We're not even close to midnight, by the way.
No, it's 11.
This is
it's
like
literally like 11,
yeah.
maybe 11:15 by the time the guard showed up.
Yeah.
Maybe 11:30. So the call had to have been placed probably 30 minutes before.
Yeah.
The guard shows up, he's like, hey, so I know it's New Year's Eve, but had some noise complaints from some neighbors. And I was like, was it her? And I like pointed downstairs. And he's like, really not. He was like, I just had some noise complaints from some neighbors. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, she complains all the time. I'm like, I can't even walk through my apartment without her banging on the floor. I'm like, she left a threat on her window. And he's like, oh, heck. He just kept saying, oh, heck, over and over and over. Dude had a great mustache, too. You got to give him credit. Had a great stash.
Oh, yeah. He looked the part.
And he's like, well, I can see you guys aren't throwing a rager.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of nerds.
Just it was like literally like probably
like there was the Halo soundtrack playing in the background at that point, I think.
at like
yeah, we were really rocking it hard.
Yeah, literally it was like the crappiest poker table with like some of the saddest looking individuals, like
some juice boxes like sitting around.
Yeah, like red solo, like just like different colored
really
like knockoff
hard.
solo cups. Like it was like we all like
all a bunch of single saps just sitting around
looking,
the poker table.
Looking like all of. I feel like everybody's like looking timidly at him, like. And he's like, well, yeah, just make sure to keep it down. Like he could totally tell that he was like on our side.
Well, yeah, he was clearly just. I mean, it was almost like he was reading off a script. Like he had to say this, when he gets a noise complaint.
And then he handed me like 75 cents or something. He's like, buy me in for the next hand.
Yeah. Like, clearly the poor guy did not want to be out working.
Yeah, no.
I kept telling him, like, we should have invited him for poker, like to play around. That would have
been the ideal situation, but I spaced it. So then fast forward, like, a couple days later, I'm hitting the gym. Because, that's what I'm all about.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a 6-pack now.
Oh, yeah.
The audience can't
It's in the fridge, right?
But as Dave spiraled back into his heroin addiction, I spiraled upwards towards physical fitness. Cut that out. Cut it out, Dave. Come on, Derek. And I was like, I'll go to the gym and then I'll touch base with my landlady, to like see what's up, And she like, I walk and she's like, her first thing was like, is she bothering you again? I was like, well, the writing's still on the window, from 2 months ago.
This is you talking. Why are you imitating your own voice?
Yeah, so dude, I sound like a mini Kermit, like
Tiny Tim.
So,
Tiny Tim.
Yeah, she called the security again on us. But like I said, then she's like, oh yeah, I heard about that. Talked to the security guard. He said there was nothing to be complained about. And then she like somewhat said that they might be able to kind of like evict her for calling in like fake like security threats, basically. Like,
Yeah.
and then
We need to have more lame parties at your house.
that's what I
all
was
the
like. I'm
time.
like, we had some people over like this like a couple days ago, and I was like, you were like, are you sure? Like when you neighbor, I'm like, I want to have people over, like antagonize, like. But she took the writing down the other day, or they took it down. I don't know. And then she moved the cat post that like gave you like a wide open view into her like apartment. She like moved it somewhat.
It's like in the middle of the window now.
Yeah, and so on the edge. Like I feel like you can't see in as well now.
I
You've
haven't
tried, though.
I haven't tried.
Yeah.
I definitely
I'm
haven't
always-
tried.
yeah.
Not for
I'm
lack
like,
of trying.
I'm
The
like,
funniest part about
I'm
her putting
looking straight.
the funniest part about her putting the writing on the window though is like that's the only reason I ever look towards her apartment is like every time I walk home I was looking to see if the writing was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that wasn't there, there would be no reason.
No reason to look.
Yeah. So, but I did see a truck outside that was loading stuff into it. So I wonder if she is moving out. I don't know for a fact though. It would be funny though.
Like what type of truck?
It was like a white truck. No, it was just like a pickup truck with a bunch of stuff in the back of it.
Could be.
I'm not sure if you can fit everything.
I mean, like
into
it could be
pickup
multiple
truck.
trips. Like
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Last day, you just burst in there and be like, "Hey, everybody!"
I want to like if she's leaving, I see her moving. I'll be like, "Oh, you're leaving?" Like I never got to introduce myself.
I'm Landon Browning.
Yeah.
Here's my number.
I hope I wasn't too noisy.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I really tried sometimes. to
I'm like
keep you
I hope
happy.
I wasn't one of the ones that bother you. I saw all these things. Like the next door neighbors were probably being loud, weren't they?
Or just be like, oh, are you moving in? Like, are you new here? Like,
yeah.
Not
That would
even acknowledge
that
her
would be
existence.
that would be the best to be like, oh, are you the new neighbor moving?
Yeah.
That's awesome because it'd be like
Yeah.
it'd be such a slap
yep. Like
in the face.
You wouldn't even know.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
You
Just
and
watch,
She's
like-
like, "No, I'm the one that wrote you all the complaints." You'd be
I'd be
like,
like,
"What?
what
What
complaints?
Yeah,
complaints?"
that's
What?
what I would go. I'd be like, what? Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Like I didn't get any complaints. I never found any. Like she's like, put the writing on the window. I'm like, why would I be looking at your window?
Yeah. Did we just write the next Chris Nolan movie?
Dude, Deception 100.
Yeah, it's like a Skyrim encounter. The speech check, like the little ding.
Experience points goes up.
Yeah. She's like, wow, you really didn't know it was
Success by it. Like
going to VATS.
Gosh dang it.
Critical hit.
So I'm on Reddit right now and I'm looking at this picture. It's got to be fake, but there's this post that says there's this guy next to this supposedly 413-pound catfish, and there are remains of skeleton bones in it, and
Human skeleton bones?
yes,
Oh.
and like a Nazi emblem thing, like with the eagle and stuff on it.
On a
No
catfish?
way.
Wait, show me the picture. Show me the picture. Like I spaced out. They found it inside it.
Yeah, they're claiming that this catfish ate a Nazi, and the catfish died just this year.
That'd
Let's go
be really
catfish.
funny.
Yeah.
Let's go catfish.
I think he's like swimming away, like trying to like escape capture, and like catfish like grabs him. He's like, "No, please!"
Yeah, I didn't know that
The
we
real
were.
cause of Hitler's
I didn't know we were
suicide?
trading catfish to be on the U.S. side, but that's cool. Just thought that was a funny post,
Yeah,
It is
it's
a funny
great.
post. Thank you, Mike.
even though it's probably fake.
Screw Nazis.
if it's on the internet.
It's probably real.
What else? What else? I mean, do you want to talk about Duck Game?
Quack quack. Game of the year every year. Will be buying it when he
No,
returns
no.
home. After
After this
him over.
podcast, I'm giving Landon one shot to convince me.
We're gonna play. We're gonna
We're gonna
play.
play
We're gonna
real
play.
quick.
What is Duck Game for those who don't know?
If you don't know, stop listening. Buy it. Play it.
You
Come
can't
back.
be told what Duck Game is. You have to.
It's an experience.
You have
It's
to
not-
experience
it's not a story.
yourself.
Yeah. It's basically like a 2D, like
Duck Game.
yeah. Well, it's like a fighting game, I guess, but like it's more like you're just ducks in like a 2D game. Like there's like objects to climb up. It's kind of stuff like it looks like maybe like
It's like old like Metroid type like that. That's what it looks like. At least.
yeah, like or like yeah, and it's like I mean maybe like what the original Mario Bros. Not like when there's levels, but just like it's a 2D space with like objects to climb up and like jump over,
Yeah.
and there's like trampolines to bounce off of.
Is it similar to Nidhogg?
Yep, where it
Gotcha.
one hit kills. Any gun kills you in one hit. There's swords. And it's random maps, random weapons. There's different abilities. I mean, like
You can quack.
circle makes your duck quack. You
That's
can
awesome.
you can play dead. If you hit
And then,
R1,
like,
you
flop
can play,
around.
yeah, you'll flop around, play dead. So like, yeah, every gun's one hit kill. You can get armor. So if you have a sword, like maybe you get like soon survive one hit. But like there's different guns. Like there's like a heat gun. Like your duck just turns into like a rotisserie duck, like fried up. Like looks like it's like a dinner table, like turkey base. Like, and it's fun, stupid fun. Like you die. There's friendly fire. Your own bullets kill you. Your own explosions kill you. Like really comical, but like really fast paced. Like fun to play. It's on sale right now for $5.
And
You basically-
Michael, you bought the
Yes.
game, right?
I did buy the game.
Tell me what happened when you loaded up the game for the first time.
It did not work.
Dude, I feel like you're doing something wrong on your end. You have to be. Duck games work perfect.
Let's see. I push start on the game. I then go to find a game, and then it says there's no games found for you. Sorry,
Yeah, it's your
this
fault.
game is broken.
Hold on a second. I think I
You're gonna
read
Google-
something
you're gonna
about. I'm going to try to fix this. I'm going to
I've even
I'm going to MacGyver it. First,
deleted
Michael.
and re-downloaded the game.
which takes all of
5 minutes. I want to play the game. I bought it
Duck
to
game
play
doesn't
it,
want you.
but I guess I'm not good enough.
I don't think you're duck enough.
That's
for the
not
game.
what. It's not. I'm not a part of the Duck clan. They don't want me.
It's got to be like I wonder if it's some glitch of like something else you have on your PS4. Like
What else would?
I don't
glitch it,
know. I
though?
don't
Like,
know. I just it doesn't make any sense why it doesn't.
My
work.
system doesn't need any updates. The game doesn't need any
Yeah.
updates. I can't think of what else it would be.
I know.
All my other online games work totally fine. So
Yeah, it's weird because I got friends of the show, Jordan and Oliver, bought it and it worked first try joining my game.
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you could start a share play,
And then play over the
or
share play.
just like so we can see
Wait,
what's
you can
happening.
play over the share play. That's a throwback.
Yeah. Wait, what do you find, Will? You find some glitches?
They're all from a year ago, though, so I
What
don't.
do they say? What do they say? Though?
Just saying, there's no solutions. Like I'm serious. Like this is sad.
it's just like you can't play.
Well, there you go.
It says Duck Game connection issues on Reddit. It says I just bought Duck Game on PS4, and every time I try to join my friends or connect to a match, it says could not establish connection on the screen. My internet is fine, and I have no problem joining online matches and other games. So if anyone knows how to fix this, please help. And everybody's just saying same.
Solution.
Same.
I had to throw
Same.
away my PS4 and start over.
I wonder, like, if it's like a LAN, like I don't know, like some kind of NAT type.
I have no
don't know.
idea.
But you even tried inviting me, right?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't connect for me. Like I couldn't connect to you. Like,
I tried joining just random
Yeah.
matches and didn't work.
and I've even had success just going into random games. Like, I mean, like I found games within minutes. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't. There's people out there quacking around.
There's people that know.
I feel sad because like you were the first one to believe with me.
It looks like a fun game.
Yeah.
I mean, it
we'll
looks
play.
like a
We'll
game
play.
that
We'll play it
that'd be
after we're
fun
done
to
here. Like
play,
we'll
but-
play a match so you can at least taste.
Taste what you can't have.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So
Oh well.
hopefully I can play it.
I wonder if you have you tried resetting your internet.
Ooh.
I've not tried that.
Ooh.
I also wonder if it's something to do with your NAT type.
Mm.
What you say about my gnat?
I'm saying you have a.
Well, we had that. With
Make fun of my gnat?
We had
Yeah,
that
making
with
fun of
the.
your
We
name.
had that with the Ghost Recon beta, I think, didn't we?
That was a beta. I mean,
know,
that's like
Yeah.
That has
Duck,
its own-
I mean, Duck Game. Like,
that game's always in beta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I can't say I'm that torn up about it.
I mean, it was $5. That's a $5 biggie bag from Wendy's.
You should contact Sony and be like, "Can I get a refund? The game doesn't work." Fight for it. Fight for your Lincoln. They send you a check in the mail.
Anyway, so yeah. Any other video games stuff you want to talk about?
Will beat Death Stranding.
Will
He
beat
was-
Death Stranding.
Oh, sorry. I'm reading about the death. I'm reading about not the
That's
death
your
strain. Death game. A duck game. Apparently, it's like they're having a bunch of issues with the port. Anyway, sorry. Yes, I did beat Death Stranding. Holy smokes, what a game.
Yeah. Game of the year. Game of the year, baby.
Gameplay is a little debatable on if I like it or not because it's fun, but it gets old fast.
Yeah.
It like when you're slodging through the snow, it's only so much before you get frustrated.
You got a zip line.
Yeah,
Zip line's the
like
only way.
and it's fun creating like connections, trying to connect to other people. Like I remember there was one time where there was 2 zip lines, both super far out of reach, and I created a zip line and I created a connection between all 3, and I felt like I was a genius. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I just helped out like a bunch of people get from A to B.
Yep.
And there's a point where you had to go through BT territory. And
You just zip line through.
I zip lined right through it.
Oh yeah.
And it was the greatest feeling because it's like I just created, and it was a timed mission too. I just created a huge shortcut.
Yeah.
To get from the top of this
and
mountain.
it's so satisfying because you know how hard it was the first time you had to trudge through that.
Oh yeah.
So
And
yeah, I'd eventually make it where I had like zip lines all the way from from camp to camp, where I could like go from like go a third of the map basically just ziplining.
yeah.
And some of the missions, some of the timed ones, like the side missions, like require so you have cargo that like degenerates
yeah.
in like warm weather, so like you have to zip line everywhere or it'll just like break down.
Because and
But the story's good.
the
Great.
story is the best part of the game. That there's about the last 4 or 5 hours of the game are absolutely incredible. The only issue I really have with the game is, besides the gameplay, is the game's pace.
Yep.
It's really it's really backloaded.
Yep.
But other than that, because I was struggling to get through it at first. Chapters 1, 2, and 3, chapters 1, 2, and the first half of 3 felt like a drag.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at my trophy list, I mean, theoretically, because I don't think anybody has me on PlayStation besides my friends.
We do.
But if my trophy list has early December is when I started the game. I didn't get through chapter 3 till mid January, early January, and I finished the game like a week ago ish. And now it's just, looking back on it, I really like the game, and the actresses were great.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But other than that, the game's great. I would highly recommend it to everybody, but it's not something that I'll remember in 5 years and say, "Gosh, that changed my life."
Yeah.
I can see it being like that for some people.
I feel like if the last 4 hours were how the whole game was.
100%. Like the Last of Us had that effect. It's that's such.
You're a little bit. You're a little bit different after you're like as a person. You're like a little different after the game's done.
Like Last of Us, Persona,
Red Dead.
Automata, Red Dead 2. Yeah, all those. My favorite games are all because they kind of changed how I think about some things.
Oh yeah, Red Dead 2 for me changed me in quite a bit.
Its whole message on loyalty versus doing what's right.
Yeah.
So fantastic games, and I think I'm sad to see that. Well, I'm sad to have it over with because I want to have more games. I don't feel like there's many games that bring me this sense of that challenge me.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Ghost Recon kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you picked up in the game there's kind of a pretty profound pro-life message in Death Stranding 2, which was really cool.
I think
for a game
Hideo Kojima said that he sees when making Death Stranding, he saw the war around him and the war and the constant violence in every single game.
Yeah.
And while there is some pretty graphic violence in the game present, it's the whole entire theme of the game is connecting people.
Oh yeah, you feel like you're accomplishing something that's kind
good,
of righteous somewhat.
Yeah, I never felt that way in a game where it's I'm a true hero.
Yeah,
I am a 100% clear cut hero.
Yeah, you are in that game without a doubt.
There is not a morally bad thing that I don't think the main character does.
No, I mean,
the entire game.
I don't think the one time I accidentally did kill someone in the game, because you can't kill people, I reloaded the save file immediately.
Yeah.
You fight people, but you always, there's definitely major repercussions for lethally taking enemies out.
Yeah.
It hinders you quite a bit.
Yeah.
in your journey. Like
basically, long story short, it adds another stop in your journey. Like it becomes a chore.
you
instead
you have to deal with what you did. Like there's consequences
Yeah.
for the actions that you take.
when it's just enemy, boom, 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 boom. Like
Yeah, and
it feels a
even
lot.
great games like I mean, you could even say in like Red Dead 2 or like The Last of Us or Uncharted. I mean, like in those games, you slaughter hundreds and hundreds of people in those games. Without what I mean, like.
It's just like, oh, like you shot up Valentine. You can literally go back to Valentine like 2 chapters later.
Yep, yeah. So and yeah,
In
which
Red
I mean,
Dead.
those are still I didn't find them too immersion breaking, but like in this one, it's like no, you don't kill people because like there's really like direct like gameplay and like world repercussions to doing that.
Mhm.
So it's like
The world building is fascinating too.
Yeah.
It's one of the best worlds that I've seen created. It's just
and the game is
Absolutely
beautiful
great.
too. The
some of
graphics,
those
the hillsides,
landscapes. I've looked out and been like, wow. Like
Yeah.
especially there's this one where you look out and it's just this giant like it's like at the top of a mountain you're looking down.
Yeah.
And you're walking towards like one of your final end destinations before this
Yeah.
giant like sea basically.
Yeah.
And it's like then this music starts playing and starts building, and it's just the music in that game along with how the game plays is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. It's
Um,
very unique. It's unlike anything I've ever
played.
yeah.
Yeah, I know it's Oliver, my best friend of 16 years. One of his it probably is his favorite game of the decade.
Oh wow.
It's one of his favorite games in a long
the
time.
decade.
Yeah, he
Man,
loves.
I'd say it's
That's
it was
a-
my favorite game of last year. It was game of the year for me last year.
When,
Not,
I mean, you haven't
Days
played.
Gone.
You haven't played Resident Evil 2 yet, though.
I'm playing through it. It's definitely not gonna. I mean, I don't think Resident Evil 2 will beat. It's just
Yeah.
not unique enough. It's just
See,
survival.
that was a lot of people's game of the year. Was Resident Evil 2? It was Resident Evil 2, Sekiro.
Days Gone. Days Gone was we got our PlayStation stats. Days Gone was my third most played game last year with like.
Oh, really?
I never looked at that. I forgot about
Well,
it.
yours doesn't count because you leave your PS4 on.
No,
So
so all last year I set it so where it only stayed on for like an hour or like an hour and a half if I'm not playing with it.
Yeah, my top game
your
last.
numbers are still gonna be.
I mean, it's still probably pretty high.
I think it. Yeah.
I cut
sorry.
I cut my hours down a decent amount, not as much as I would have liked.
Do you remember what you had last year or
I'm not gonna,
2018?
I'm not saying any numbers,
but it was down from that.
It was down a decent amount. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I clocked in 922 hours. of
That was a lot less
gameplay.
than that, definitely. Though to be fair, I was expecting somebody else to say to be fair. Sorry.
To be fair.
To be fair,
But then again, Michael
yeah, he
doesn't
doesn't
watch
that show. So,
Letterkenny.
but yeah, the hours do clock up if you have an application suspended.
Oh, they
watching,
do?
like while watching like Netflix or Hulu. So like those
Oh.
numbers will like.
That's why I don't have many that are above that hours, is because I don't suspend. I always close my applications.
Yeah, I leave them
always.
suspended. Yeah, so that's my numbers are definitely inflated.
Yeah, but
A
my
decent amount.
top game for the year was Persona 3.
Okay.
Yeah, with 98 hours. And then Grand Theft Auto 5, when we're all playing playlists together for 88. And then I had Rainbow Six Siege because we used to play that a lot. But anyway,
Mine is probably GTA. I mean,
probably we
I think
play it
we
so
played
much
that the most
together. It's our way of like just hanging around and playing games with each other when we can't all be in the same place, which is really nice. Really thankful for that.
I mean,
I'm
that's
looking at mine real quick.
that's the majority of how I interact with Dave.
Yeah.
He lives in a completely different state, so it's. I mean, how else am I going to talk to
Yeah.
him?
I mean, you can phone call him, but it's like you don't have that same shared experience of you're doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
Mine were number one was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh no.
164 hours.
Did you play that a lot
Wow.
last year at all?
Yeah, that was my top for last year.
For 2019?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably that first half of the year.
Yeah. Because we didn't play that's like those hours are probably the first 6 months of the year because I didn't play it like at all down the stretch. Number two was Grand Theft Auto at 119 hours, and then Days Gone was number 3 at 72 hours. So played the crap out of that game.
Nice.
Like get that platy, son.
Is that the sound of a motorcycle? Like from Days Gone?
I got a lot of trophies last year too.
I didn't. I had platinum in one game. That was AI the Somnium Files.
I have platinum 9. 9.
Oh,
36 gold trophies, 85 silvers, and 332 bronze trophies.
gosh. That's a crazy
Brap.
amount of trophies.
Brat, brother. It's 462 total.
I'm never.
They called me.
I'm not.
Sony called me an action hero.
Gosh dang it! You're not an action hero.
no.
An action figure, maybe. I mean, look at you.
Quack, quack.
Okay. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about?
Dude, it's
Nope,
time to
I'm
play
all good
duck
here.
Game, man.
I
It's
think
time to
we've
play a little duck game.
caught up on the last almost month since we've been gone.
Yeah, and, a little sabbatical. Get some people healthy.
You know, it's
Some
hard to
rehab.
talk about.
Yeah, rehab.
For somebody that name for somebody that rhymes with rave.
Rave wave.
Rave wave.
Pave. Slave.
Dave. Oops.
Let's see if he silences us.
He's just bleeping out all those names.
We just bleep. Oops.
Well, that's the episode for this week, and we will be back to doing one episode a week from now on, maybe.
We promise.
We've promised before.
Eh.
Yeah. Well, this was fun. I'm glad we got back to it.
You know.
I've missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Glad to be on. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me on.
Yeah. You're basically like a regular now, Will.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Now that someone's gone forever. Name rhymes with messy.
Oh. I even forgot. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
Colby?
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he was too young. Okay. Well, that's the episode for this week. Thanks for listening, guys. Will, thank you. Landon, thank you.
No
problem,
Thank
man.
you, Michael.
You're welcome. You guys can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website at www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at HK Hotkeys. Please like, review us, and subscribe on whatever platforms you use. And you can also contact us at the email address host@hotkeyspodcast.com.
Hey, and give me a follow on Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
I think it's I believe. Let me double check. For
You
this
should
man.
change it to Landon the Great.
Yeah, if I can get my Instagram followers up from 110 to 125, I promise I'll post every day. Yeah, it's no caps.
All right.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow you then. All right. Thanks, guys.
Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.